Sue, the second one, fourth son Ale. Well, he's been the fourth son of Sue, she's Will's mom. Right, there you go. So our round speech, I haven't even prepared nothing. Been on the internet, people go on the internet for speeches. Best thing to do is just do it first time, you've got to be natural, you've got to be yourself. By the time you start writing stuff down and just thinking about it, you say the wrong thing. This video here is going to be me, one take, everything. You know what I mean? The bee's knees of the speech.
That's you, Grant.
So from now on, this is it then. It's the first part of the video. So I'm going to go to various places and various events that's happened in our life, me and Will, as part of the speech. Who better to start with than the person who gave birth to him? Right, Sue?
Wanted a boy that was born with a winkle.
Wanted a girl that was born with a winkle. Right. So, yeah, I'm going to start right from the beginning, I think, Sue. The day he was born, where he was brought up, and where he went to. Okay? Let's crack on. Stop the video. Now. And this is where it all began. 101 Broad Lane. I've gone a bit too far back here. If I went any further back, I'd be in the hospital where he was born. But this is where Will was actually born and brought up, the initial few years of his life. And obviously brought some let's crack on. Brought some great memories. Before he moved then to Pinfold Lane. Wasn't aware Will was around until about 12 at least. More than that. Got two older brothers, born to parents Sue and Bill. And went to St John's Primary School, spent his early years there before moving to Cheshire High. How are you, son? So yeah, happy memories, good times, nice household, lovely family, plenty of places to go. Let's move on. Will's old stomping ground, Will's old stomping ground, Cheshire High. Old son, if you ask Will what the best days of his life, he'd say spent in here. And same with me. Connection why we're good mates. We both love school days, especially me. Well, both of us to be fair. And he claimed he never missed a kick of football for the school in 5 years. A very sporty person, good at all sports. Not sure about physical sports like rugby and that. I don't think it's quite academic, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't imagine so, knowing what his brothers were like. So I didn't think he was actually going to have a career in accountancy or the arts or something like that. But yeah, what a great school this was. Many happy memories I reckon he had here. Obviously I can't share any with you because I was a few years older. But yeah, what a school this is. Old stomping ground, good looking bloke. Two older brothers here. Yeah. I should imagine he was quite popular in this building. Anyway, that's enough about it here. Loads of places to get to. Let's crack on. The hardest thing about this video is getting everyone ready and in place for this video. Hence why I'm not wearing the same clothes for each video. Clip, that is. Hence why it's dark now. I'm not doing it in chronological order. Will's childhood home after Broad Lane is here, where his mum and dad still reside. The reason why I'm doing it tonight is they don't catch me doing it. Yeah, Will grew up here, where he spent his adolescent years, shall I say. And according to Pay's missus, who lived there, he was the stud of the street. All the birds fancied him. There was Stacey, Becky and Faye, stud of the street. There was a green round there where Will played football as a nipper. Probably the best player in the actual little vicinity, what it's called. And I suppose he spent many happy memory here. So when Will left school, I don't think he was the most academic bloke there is. So his mum, yes, his mum, had to walk 5 or 6 doors down to Dave Dempsey's house down there to ask for an apprenticeship so he could start plumbing, which he still is today. And he owes Dave Dempsey and Paul Dempsey a lot, I believe. I'm trying to get hold of Dave to see if there's any more stories about him working, but he's actually bottled it and he won't do it. So I've got to cut that out. I'm very annoyed about him for doing that because I thought he would do. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so he's the stud of the street. I think there'll be some more things about him being stud of things later on in the speech. But yeah, many happy memories here. Nice little street, pretty quiet. you know, equal distance to the Colliers to school. His mum and dad in, I don't know. Yeah, so this is where he grew up, and from that I will leave you goodbye. I'm going to get back to my quiz. That's something. Oh son, if you ask a lot of young folk in the local area where they started boozing in the village, they'd probably say this place here, St Mary Rose, it's where I started. I think it's probably where Will started as well. Look where it is, middle of Chesney, nice house in the state. And it reminds me of an incident here when Will was acting the big one in front of his mates. Acting all the big I am, you know, I'm the big I am in front of my mates. A few birds round there, you know what I mean? In walked me and Dickie Ann, strolled in here, and Will was up strutting his stuff here in the middle of the crowd. You know what I mean? So I owned him in front of his mates with one sentence, bang. So I said, you know what? Will reckons that all the birds fancy him in his year, and the crowd he was with was pissing, absolute in tears, because I owned him. He must admit that I was a few years old of him at this point, so you know, me as the king joker of Chesley now and him as the young apprentice at that time, you know what I mean? He didn't stand a chance, did he? Anyway, cheers. So I've come up Cannock, part I don't know what of this speech. I tried to do it not to signify us going and spending nights out in Cannock like we used to, but have a look around. It's like an absolute ghost town. Absolute ghost town. So I think this is where we actually became good buddies. Buddies, I don't like that word, but good pals. He worked with Paul Dempsey, but he, you know, back in the day when he was a plumber, and I was mates with Paul. So I think that's where we actually, you know, first hit it off. So I think you click like with a mate, like you do with a girl. You know, things in common, things you don't have in common. And so we had good times up here. We are quite competitive, me and Will. Send each other lots of trivia questions. At the moment we're playing on their phone in our pool games, so we're trying to beat each other. We have who saw more of Australia, me or him. Who knows more about football, me or him. I know more about football. Who knows more about tennis, me or him. He claims he does, I think I do. And it's like that, we've got that type of relationship where we just try and compete and better each other. But in another way, he doesn't like me winning anything. I've won £1,000 in the Collier's Arms, right, on Play Your Cards Right. I won £1,000. I looked at his face, he looked horrified. Evening. Out of everybody in the world, if you had a list from top to bottom of who people he'd rather want to win the lottery, I'd be at the bottom. He would rather anyone else win the lottery than me. Absolutely. He don't want me winning anything. When I won that £1,000, he was horrified. So we had some great times up here, some good nights. In this bar there was an England match going on. We got the whole bar singing about his mum and dad. It was crazy. Well, there was a lad called Bungie during an England game, and everyone was singing about Bill and Sue. Sorry, Bill and Sue. That was a few years ago, but nevertheless, great crack. But obviously, this town isn't what it used to be. And the good nights that we had up here, long time ago, this town just isn't the same. Anyway, I'll see you later. We'll crack on. Right, we're on. We're down the RRR, down the RRR. In other words, Chesney Park, otherwise known to locals as the RRR. Take a look around, beautiful. Innit? Got two young birds looking at over there, staring at me, ain't they? I'll be very old. Will was a very talented footballer, I've mentioned that earlier. On the brink of making it professional. He could have done. Fine lines between making it and not making it. He played against some decent people who did make it professional, like Mark Davis, who went on to score in the Premier League against Liverpool for Bolton. Whereas he made it, Will played his trade here for the Collier's Arms FC, but with some bigger names than Mark Davis, notably Dickie and Pete Lewis, Walk Boy, myself and Mark Kidd. They're bigger names than you'll ever get anywhere. And to be fair, we had some good times. It was a great year, that Collier's Arms first season, and I'll tell you that. It's a shame that obviously, I mean, he did shine out, he did stand out for the team because obviously his ability shone through. But that's the fine lines for you. Playing in Cannock League Division 4 or the Premier League, where would you rather be? Will wore number 15, and when Jo became a footballer, she wore number 15. And to be fair, Jo was a decent footballer as well, because I went to see her a few times. She played for Simo's women's team. So yeah, happy days, good times, good memories. That's what this actual speech is about. Happy memories. Let's crack on. So the world's moved so fast since Will and Jo got together that fateful day on Saturday or Friday, 27th of the 2nd, 2005. And it's hard to put into perspective things that are around now that weren't around then. It's incredible. And it put things in perspective. It does. So I'm going to give you a list of things that weren't around when Jo and Will got together, and you would not believe it. Okay, things that we take for granted today, that you took for granted ever since you probably were born. iPhone wasn't around 15 years ago. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and not even iPads. Netflix wasn't around. Google Maps wasn't around. Snapchat, Spotify. The list is endless. App Store, Google Chrome, WhatsApp, Tinder. Addy, you was a connoisseur of Tinder, are you, son? How did people meet each other back in the day? The electronic world and the internet world, as into Bloxwich North. The internet world is, it's grown massively. So how did people get by in them days? It's incredible to think that people met each other normally. Normally. Hang on, I went to a bar, I met someone. That doesn't happen very often anymore, POF and Tinder are big things today, so how people meet each other. Dating apps, we've all Minia, Toy, met his girlfriend on there, now his wife. So people meeting each other normally, do you know what I mean? We've all know someone who got together through POF and Tinder, we all know someone. So to say that they've survived a technological age is, incredible. Anyway, we're going to talk about how they actually got together. That will come. Just bloody knackered. I'm absolutely whacked. See you in a bit.
Going.
Are we going?
Yeah.
Well, here we are. The scene of where it all happened. Well, it nearly day all happened. It was Will's 18th birthday. Karaoke night going on. 18th birthday, but he told him Jo eventually it was his 19th. So early on in the night, we had a normal night up at Warsaw. Started off in the Imperial, which was rocking. Went over to Yates, he's now changed to the Registry. I think we went into the Varsity. One of the scenes which I can remember was in the Hogshead, which was here. We nearly didn't make it. Will had a few beers, shall I say. But one tradition on your birthday is like doing what we call a fruit salad challenge. It's like taking as many shots as you can. So Will was in some state in the Hogshead, in a terrible state, and I thought he had to go home. But somehow he miraculously pulled himself through and recovered. And I actually heap a lot of praise onto his brother Ryan on this, because it was Ryan who got him sobered up and back in the game. So Ryan, for me, deserves some credit for where we are today. So he deserves a bit more of a title than just Ryan. That's just not good enough, just calling him by his name, Ryan. So throughout this wedding, we've got to now address Ryan as Lord Spockears. Right, so every time you see Ryan now, you've got to call him Lord Spockears. It was all of us out, Lavo and Karen. So that was his missus. So it was all out, all the lads, a few beers, and that's all it was. But it was Will's 18th birthday, but he told Jo it was 19th birthday. And then we eventually moved on to where it all happened, where they first met. So let's crack on.
Go.
What's happened to Warsaw, mate? The same as it used to be.
No, mate, it's not.
Warsaw used to be rocking, completely rocking. It's dead in there, isn't it, tonight?
It's early doors on the Thursday, mate.
Early doors. So this is not Revolution, is it?
No, next door, mate, thanks.
Right, Revolution. This is not next door. Right, let's crack on. Come on. So Will and Jo met in Revolution, Warsaw, on that night, the 27th of the 2nd, 19... trying to work out what year it was now. It was his 18th birthday. So it was 27th for the second, and we stood in the queue here. And as we stood in the queue, I remember everyone passing us by. Saw Dickie Ann, Paul Dempsey, Lavo pass us by, and I joined up WS1 queue, which was just up there. So I thought, oh, we'll give it to WS1. So I ran up to join the queue with him up there, and looked back and I saw Will. I remember it clear as day. He stood at his own at the front, and it was his birthday. Couldn't leave Will on his own. So if there was ever a moment of fate, and I'm a firm believer in fate, I was meant to leave that queue and join Will here. He's my best pal, or he's my best mucker, you know. No, it's not me, man. I'm alright, son. So I joined the queue, well, and we ended up in here, which is not there anymore. Anyway, so we was there having a boogieing like this, a bit pissed, as you're gonna be. And I remember seeing Joe and his 4 girls just standing in front, like, and I'm thinking, you know, let's see if any of these girls clock me. So Will then just creeps round towards Joe. Joe creeps round towards Will, and it's just like the bond, just the ease of it all. It was just so natural. But you know what, right? The only reason I reckon she ended up with Will is because her eyes didn't follow her around, and then clock me instead. So if me and Will were switching round and I was there and Will was there, she could have ended up with me. Imagine that, she'd end up with me going, you way, going to the Albion Grange, you want going to the Albion, you way. So that was it then. I tried to clock onto some of Joe's mates. I think a couple of them had blonde hair. I remember Joe was the only one with the dark hair. So I left them to it then, and started walking round and meandering round Revolution on my own. Then I turned up later on in the night and I saw them, and I told Joe how old I was, and I flashed up my driving licence, and she basically took the piss out of me for flashing up my driving licence. You know, that was it. And that was the start, really. And, you know, that one day there was the start of something new. Who'd have thought it that many years later, you know, 2 kids, many happy years together, a year or 2 in Australia, many places have lived. You know, Will's 18th birthday, he's had all his adult life with his missus. Joe, you've made him into the man who he is. From that one day here in Warsaw. So I'm proud that I've been there since day one. I'm proud of that. Best mucker, the best man at his wedding. It's a massive, massive honour. And I'm at the scene where it happened. So, you know, many more memories between us, you especially. And I think that I've talked enough up here. We've literally got to crack on. So there's loads of places to go. And love you all, love you both. And thank the Lord for Lord Spockers. If it weren't for Ryan who got him sobered up, we'd have been going home about 5 hours before. Right, let's get back in a jatter and get out. At this point I'm meant to be going on about when I went to Australia, and I was trying to get an Australian bar, but the nearest Australian bar is in Lichfield, and to be fair I can't be arsed. You're going to be doing with Kylie Minogue, I should be so lucky. Your imagination, there is no hesitation. But to be fair, they followed me out from Australia. I went a year before them, but I went on my own, and then 2 went together. And I think they got the idea from how, you know, from how successful I made it. I'd like to think so anyway. So they basically followed the same path as me, but I saw more of Australia than they did. And I think this is where the love truly blossomed between the two, because to spend that amount of time together in each other's pockets, shall I say, and be together for that amount of time, it's a testing to your relationship. They came through it with flying colours. Not many did. I saw couples fall apart when I was out there. They didn't. It made them stronger. And I think that was you know, and Will will always say it's probably the best they actually got on together was when they were in Australia. It's probably the best time they've ever had. But obviously as a couple you've got to move on. Australia you can't have to be forever. Although they loved it and had great times there, you know, you've got to progress and your love's got to move on. And from then it's just got stronger and stronger, but that was the basis of where I are today, them days in Australia. I haven't gone on too much for it. So one of the places that Joe and Will lived during their time together was there. This was James's house, Will's brother's house. Probably a forgettable time for Joe, but one that she put up with to be with a man she loves. and it's about give and take, isn't it? Give and take. So Jo put up with living here with Will and his brother just so she knew better things were coming ahead, and I did. Look what I've got now. And this is one of the places where she got quite a few memories. Obviously somewhere involves James bringing his mates back and a few sessions going on, and obviously some good memories and some good times here. Should we crack on into what's going on? I don't know who lives here now actually. I don't think James lives here anymore. Well, he doesn't, it's a lodger. So one incident happened that I wouldn't leave the house. Now Jo's quite proud of the fact she loves the time with her Will and that and her family. And one time she came in and I wouldn't leave. She kept going, Granny, you've got to leave, Granny, you've got to leave, Granny, you've got to leave, Granny. And eventually I stayed. She made me a cup of tea and made me dinner. So it's where perseverance gets you. Now, there's no one in. Should we move on? Let's crack on. I think I'm done so, to be fair.
What's the matter with you?
There's nothing the matter with me, I'm just here with Muffler the Groom having a chat. Not long to go now, is there? Not 10 years in days because people have put two together and realised when I've finished this speech. But it's been hard work, a bit of a ball out getting people together and like trying to find time to do it with my busy schedule.
Yeah.
But I think I've cracked it. I feel like a fourth son in, not to you. Close to the family.
Bloody nuisance.
Do you remember Magaluf? Sue went to Magaluf with Bill when me and Will was there. They didn't want to be in the same room as you. As soon as Sue and Bill walked in the bar, they walked out. Will walked out. And you panicked out here, didn't you? Do you remember?
Yeah, but Granny was 16, wasn't she?
Well, that's the thing. That's the only good thing about me is the fact that it's, you know, it's the fact that he was going with me. That's why he was all right. You trust me, don't you, sir? You know what I mean? Been going a few years, didn't you? Even before Will. So, you know, I didn't know Will existed when I knew Ryan beforehand. Because obviously Will's a few years younger. But, you know, I'm proud of what he's become with Jo and what he's achieved and where he's come, you know. And you, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, and I'm proud that I've been there from the day one to now. And I think that's it, you know, they've achieved everything.
Joe, are you recording this?
Yeah,
Turn it off now, Gran.
shouldn't think of it. No, come on, man. It's a mother of the groom and best man interlude. Is that the last thing of a speech? Oh, come here for my haircut. I'm hoping to get a wet. Bloody hell, Sue, your TV's a bit loud. I'm hoping to get like a wedding cut on the house.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, there's been lots of give and take and lots of trials and tribulations, like any normal couple, ain't there, right? So, but, you know, they've come through everything and they've survived a lot. And, you know, Will's had his adult years with Jo, you know, he's had all his adult years. From the day he was an adult, he's been with Jo. He's now different.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't he?
Who's come now?
What? So he's achieved everything. Game, set, match. You've done it, mate. You've finished, you've done it. Congratulations to you both, and Sue would agree with you, and Bill here. Sorry.
Cold and wet Saturday.
Bill said it's going to be cold and wet Saturday, so I think I'm done. I didn't want to do any predicted reading from a speech, you know, a piece of paper. I want it to be original, and if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. And if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But it's me, it's random, that's what I'm liking it, so. You know what I mean? Joe, you've brought the best out of Will, and thank you for making him into the person that he is. You give him two amazing boys, and you give him everything he wanted, and likewise he's done the same for you. So I think that's it. Enjoy your day, enjoy the life ahead of you. Is that right, Sue?
Yeah.
You don't look enthusiastic.
You have caught me on the up, Gran.
I've just turned up, literally walked in, sat down, and just caught her on the up. Right, should we go?
That's it now.
Enjoy your day.
Now, one thing I've got to include in this speech, and he's probably forgot I've even noticed this, was something that happened in Magaluf. You know, I have mentioned Magaluf, and it's probably the first day that was in Magaluf. We're outside the Chinese in Cheslin High. Let's get inside. Okay. Oh, son, what are you ordering?
No,
What are you having?
already ordered, mate.
You are?
I have,
Have
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Happy days. So, right, first day in first day in Magaluf, right, and we'd only been there a few hours. Clocked it. No one else did, bar me. First day in Magaluf, and we was actually in his club having a boogie. Leathered by then. Went in to try and get over this bird.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Absolutely got Elton John
Thank you.
sensationally.
Best of luck.
And it seems to me to live your life like a candle in. Sensationally Elton John. Absolutely blown away by this bird. Went in for the kill and actually got dismissed. Anyway, hang on a bit. The bar was called Tokyo Joe's. What are we doing in a Chinese? China. Japan, is that the same thing? Tokyo, China. What's the matter with you? Alright. Okay. Only I clocked that, no one else did. Right. We're going.